Welcome to Lemon Stream, where we feature stories of the unknown, mysteries, post-apocalyptic fiction, and other weird stuff. So settle in, get comfortable, get ready. Here we go. The New World, Chapter 6. Free at last. "It's good," Sandy called down. He had carried the dosimeter upstairs to check the radiation. The big day had finally come. After 10 days holed up in the basement, the radiation levels upstairs in the main house had dropped to a point where it was safe to spend a few minutes a day outside the basement. The ones in the basement cheered. Excitedly, the adults came up to grab supplies and just walk around a little. Some tried peeking out the windows, but the plastic sheeting clouded the view so much that nobody could get a good look at anything. The kids went up to grab some toys and coloring books and crayons. Then they ran around laughing and giggling. They were maybe a little too energetic for the more task-minded adults, but nobody complained. Given the circumstances, it was just good to see them running and playing. "What about outside?" Stevie asked. "In 3 to 4 days," said Gramps. "We'll check the levels out there. We're safe for a short time each day up here right now because the gamma radiation has decreased to the point where it can't penetrate into the house interior as well. But out there we'll be right on top of the radioactive particles, so it's still dangerous. We'll check in a few days, and eventually the levels will go down to the point that we can go outside." "I can't wait," Sylvia said. "I just want to go for a walk in the sunshine and touch a tree." "There will still be dangers," said Gramps. "The radioactive particles will collect in low spots and in cracks and crevices. Even after it's safe to be outside, there will be places that will be off limits." "It'll be so good just to be out," said Sylvia. "I'm going crazy in this dungeon." Darren spent some time running another antenna wire in the house, hoping to get some better reception on the radio. Michael took a dump on a real toilet. He scooped water out of the bathtub they'd filled on the first day and poured it into the back of the toilet to flush. He emerged from the bathroom with a grin on his face. "No more bucket for me," he exclaimed. Jolene grabbed some books to read to the kids. Denise picked through the drawers and cabinets, grabbing the can opener, some bowls and plates and serving spoons. Ma went hunting for extra blankets and pillows, while Sandy scavenged for batteries and anything else he thought might be useful. After 20 minutes, they all went back downstairs. It was a sad and quiet moment when they retreated to the basement, but the community was full of hope and excitement now after moving around upstairs and knowing that it was only a matter of days until they might be able to go outside. "I'm gonna take a nap," Gramps said, sitting back in his chair. "I'm wiped." Ma patted him on the shoulder. "Get some rest, hon," she said. Darren went right to his radio. He began scanning through the frequencies, stopping to make a note where he found signals that would be interesting to go back to and try to refine. When he was done, he had over 24 good prospects. "These will come in better tonight," he said. "I'm going to stay up and see what I can get from them." "Why didn't you just wait until tonight?" Shayla said mockingly. "Because," Darren replied, "I didn't want to." "That's dumb," she said. "So are you," he snapped back. "I can't wait," said Shayla. I just can't wait to get out of here and leave this clown world." "Leave any time you want," Sandy said. "I'm taking my food with me." "You have no food," Sandy said firmly. "You brought nothing, you contribute next to nothing, so you leave with nothing." "You'll see," she wagged her finger at Sandy. "A lot of this food is rightly mine, and I'm going to take it with me, and you can't stop me. You can't lay a hand on me." "Go ahead and try," Sandy answered her. "The only tear I'll shed is for the bullet I have to waste." "Don't threaten me," said Shayla. "I learned karate when I was a kid, and I could take you out in 2 seconds. Then I'll call the police, and you'll sit in jail the rest of your life." "Police?" asked Michael. "What police?" "The police," she answered. "That's what they're there for, to protect us." Michael shook his head. There are no police, he said. Everything is gone. Everything. Everyone is dead. There must be someone left out there, said Sylvia. There must be some people who got to shelter like us. Maybe there are, said Jolene, but if they don't have food, they're just going to be a part of the zombie horde that wants what we have. How many people do you think had food and stuff stored up? Asked Denise. Not a lot, Darren said, looking up from his radio. Really, it was easy enough to see this coming, but nobody wanted to believe it. Nobody wanted to think something like this would happen, even though all the signs were there. We've got a bunch of food stored up at our place, Sandy said, but I don't know if we'll ever get back down to South Liberty again to get it, if it hasn't been stolen already. That would be worth checking on, Michael said, if it were possible. The group went quiet as they all thought about the changes that had happened in their world. There were places they would never visit again, people they would never see again. Things that were so important to them before seemed trivial now. It was going to be a new world with new rules and new dangers and new priorities. Just a week and a half ago, they were all living their lives and going about their daily routines like the world was forever going to be the same. Now they were huddled in a basement smelling of BO, rotting food scraps and urine, not knowing what was left of their old world. Gramps snorted and gasped, lifting his head up off his chest. Hon, lay your head back, said Ma. You know you can't breathe when you sleep with your head down like that. Yeah, Gramps said groggily. I know. In a few days we can set up that other set of solar panels outside, and maybe that'll give us enough extra power that I can start using the CPAP again. You're going to do that first thing when we get outside, ordered Ma. Nothing else until that's done. I don't need you dying on me now. Oh, chuckled Gramps, don't worry. I intend to hang around a long time and be a thorn in your side. I'm counting on that, old man, she replied. I need you around. We all need you. We all need each other, Gramps said. All of us bring something to the table that we all need. That's what makes us such a strong community. Most of us, anyway, said Sandy, looking sideways at Shayla.